Hello, my dear students of grade 8. Today we are taking our 8th lecture of our English program. Today we are taking the second lecture of Unit 3, the water cycle. Use of English, relative clauses, non-defining. Non-defining means that they are extra to the sentence. Relative clauses begin with a word like who or which or that. Non-defining relative clauses give extra information in a sentence. That means the information is not important, it just gives extra information, which means if we omit the information, it will not affect the meaning of the sentence. Plus, we add commas. For example, here, which often refers to a noun. The Amazon River Basin, comma, which lies just below the equator, another comma, covers about 40% of South America. But it can also refer to a whole close. Moisture near the ground is heated, comma, which causes it to rise. That means the information is extra, as we mentioned before. Now we move to the exercises. Exercises 3, page 27. P means page. In your course books. Combine these sentences using which, precisely which. The Ganges opens into the Indian Ocean. It flows through India and Bangladesh. This one is given to you as an example. The answer would be the Ganges, which flows through India and Bangladesh, opens into the Indian Ocean. Please do not forget the two commas because it's an undefining relative clause. 2. The Amazon flows through 6 countries in South America. It's the second longest river in the world. 3. The Yangtze River is the third largest river in the world. It has a source in the snow-capped mountains of western China. 4. The Iguazu Falls can be seen from 3 countries. They are on the border between Argentina and Brazil. 5. We saw Niagara Falls from the plane. It was amazing. This one is given to you as an example too. The answer here would be, we saw Niagara Falls from the plane, which was amazing. 6. It did not rain on the day we went up the Amazon in a boat. It was very unusual. 7. The Amazon is very wide. This is why there were no bridges across it until recently. 8. Our flight was delayed for a day. It meant we could spend another day on the beach in Rio. 9. And the last one in this exercise, the river in our village often floods. This makes it difficult to get to school. As we mentioned, often and often. The British and Canadian, also Australian, we pronounce it as often, although some of British people pronounce it as often, and Americans pronounce it as often. Okay, we have homework in your workbooks. Exercise 2, page 18. Always I tell you, do not forget please, P means page. Use these words to complete the description of the water cycle. Air, clouds, condensation. We have also cools, evaporation, formed, heated, precipitation, rivers, runoff, snow, and water. Number 1, when the gap on the Earth's surface is gapped by the sun, it turns into water vapor which rises into the gap. This is called gap. 2. Clouds are gap from water vapor, which gap as it rises, turning into tiny drops of liquid water. This is called gap. 3. Gap are blown inland by the wind. 4. Clouds get heavy and water falls back to the earth as rain or gap. This is called gap. 5. And the last one of this exercise. The water from rain and melted snow is taken by gap back to the sea. This is called gap. The cycle starts again. We have another exercise, exercise 3 on page 19. Join the two sentences using who or which. Who is for humans and which is usually for non-humans. Number 1 is given to you as an example. Marco Polo wrote a book about his travel in Central Asia and China. He was born in Venice, or in Venice, you may say. Marco Polo, who was born in Venice, wrote a book about his travel in Central Asia and China. 2. The Galapagos Islands are part of Ecuador. They are in the Pacific Ocean. 3. Jaguars are good swimmers. They live in South and Central America. 4. Nelson Mandela was the first black president of South Africa. He spent over 27 years in prison. 5. Ahmad ibn Fadlan wrote one of the earliest accounts of the Vikings. He was a famous 10th century traveler. 6. The Turin Papyrus map is thought to be the oldest map of Egypt. It's drawn on papyrus. 7. Tutankhamun ruled from about 1336 to 1327 BCE. He is the most famous of Egyptian pharaohs. We have writing homework. Write an account of a school trip to an outdoor activity center. Use which and who where you can. Thank you very much. We come to the end of our lecture today. Thanks for watching. That was Mr. Haidar Kasir with you.